Those who aspire to control money are rather being controlled by money. Welcome to section 7 of chapter 24 of the Holy Quran, and it begins with sign 51. Namshi. إنما كان قول المؤمنين إذا دعوا إلى الله ورسوله ليحكموا بينهم أن يقولوا سمعنا وأطعنا. The answer of the believers, إنما كان قول المؤمنين, when summoned to God, إذا دعوا إلى الله, when summoned to God and His messenger, and His messenger, ورسوله, ليحكم بينهم, in order that they may judge between them, in order that He may judge between them, and يحكم بينهم أن يقولوا سمعنا وأطعنا. Between them is no other than this. Semicolon. They say, Yakulu, we hear and we obey. Sami'ina wa ata'na. We hear and we obey. Ulaika humul muflihun. Ulaika humul muflihun. It is such as these that will prosper. It is such as these that will prosper. Let's go to notes 27 and 28. 27 and 28. 27. Compare chapter 2, sign 285. We haven't done it. I think I started doing this commentary around sign 7. Al Imran, if I'm right. So compare chapter 2, sign 285. Full stop. Contrast with it the attitude of the unbelievers or hypocrites who say aloud, "We hear," but instead in their hearts, but in their hearts disobey. So Samina wa Atana, and then Samina wa Atana, we hear and we obey by the believers, and then Samina by the unbelievers who believe with their mouth, bil afwahihim, and not their hearts, wala qulubihim. Wala qulubihim. And that is, we go to 28. We go to 28, which is against prosperity. 28. True happiness, whether here or in the hereafter, is not to be attained by fraud or duplicity. It is a privilege of those who listen attentively to good counsel and carry it out in their lives. That's note 2028 to sign 51 of chapter 7. We now go to sign 52. وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَيَخْشَى اللَّهَ وَيَتَّقِهِ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ. It is such as obey Allah. It is such as obey God and His Messenger and fear God and do right that will triumph. That will triumph. فائزون ومن يطع الله ورسوله ومن يطع الله ورسوله ويخشى الله ويت ويتق ويتقه فأولئك هم الفائزون. يتقه fear. Fear. No note for that. Let's go straight to note to sign 53. وأقسموا بالله جهد أيمانهم وإن أمرتهم ليخرجون ليخرجون. Okay, let me read it well. وأقسموا بالله جهد إيمانهم لئن أمرتهم ليخرجون ليخرجون. They swear their strongest oaths. They swear their strongest oaths. Aksamu by God. Lillahi. Jahadan Aymanuhum. Strongest oath. Jada Aymanuhum. La in amartahum. If only thou would command them. La amartahum. لئن أمرتهم ليهرجون ليهرجون. They will leave into brackets their homes. They will leave their homes. ليهرجون. They will leave their homes. يرجون. كل لا تقسموا. كل لا تقسموا. Sorry. كل لا تقسموا. كل لا تقسموا. Say, لا تقسموا. Swear ye not. Say, swear ye not. لا تقسموا. إطاعة مغرفة. إطاعة مغرفة. Obedience is more reasonable. Obedience is more reasonable. The word more is in brackets. We remove it, it reads, obedience is reasonable rather than swearing. Obedience is reasonable. Where is it? Kul. La tuksemu. Ata'atun. Murifatun. Ata'atun. Murifatun. Ata'atun. Murifatun. Obedience is more reasonable. Ata'atun. Murifatun. Obedience is more reasonable. I hope I'm calling. Yeah, it's more reasonable. Ata'atun mugrifatun. Yes. Inna Allah habirun bima تعملون إن الله خبير بما تعملون إن الله خبير بما تعملون. Verily, God is well acquainted with all that ye do, with all that ye do. بما تعملون. Note 20, no 3029. Note 3029. Let's make sure that we read 28. Yes, we read 28. So we go to 229. 3029. 3029. What is it against? Living homes. Living homes. Living their homes are supposed to fight. Some people, especially hypocrites, give hyperbolical assurances, as did the Medina hypocrites, as did the Medina hypocrites, as did the Medina hypocrites to the Holy Prophet, to the Holy Prophet, that they would do any bidding, even to the forsaking of their hearts and homes, even to the forsaking of their hearts and their homes. Even to the forsaking of their hearts and their homes. To this they are ready to swear their strongest oaths, which mean nothing. Oh yes, they are criminals. When you catch them, take them to the police. I swear God, wallahi, wallahi, wallahi. It's not the mouth. Following is better. It's reasonable. You don't have to swear when there's no need. When the truth is there, you swear. You've been caught with an item, then you say, it's not me. Then it's who? Okay. To this they are ready to swear their strongest oaths, which mean nothing. They are asked to spare their oaths and quietly do at least such unheroic duties as they are asked to do in everyday life. Every day is hyphenated. In everyday life, full stop. Idle words are not of the least value, full stop. God will judge by your actions, and He knows all, whether it is open or secret, and not by swearing oaths. And not by swearing oaths. Uh, that's note 2029 to sign 2029 to sign 53. We go to sign 54. Kul atiu Allah wa atiu Rasula. Atiu Allah wa atiu Rasula. Say, Kul, obey God and obey the messenger. Atiu Allah wa atiu Rasula. فإن تولوا فإنما عليه ما حمل فإنما عليه ما حمل وعليكم ما حملتم إنما عليه ما حمل وعليكم ما حملتم. But if you turn away, he is only responsible for the duty placed on him, and ye for that placed on you. عليه ما حمل وعليكم ما حملكم. عليه ما حمل وعليكم ma umiltum, is responsible for the duty placed on him, the messenger, and ye for for that placed on you. وإن وإن تطيعوا وإن تطيعوا وإن تطيعوه وإن تطيعوه وإن تطيعوه تهتدوا إن تطيعوه تهتدوا. If you follow him, you are on guidance. Let me see. If ye obey him, not follow. Pardon me. If ye obey him, you shall be on right guidance. If you obey him, you should be on right guidance. Into uhu tahtadu. Wama ala rasul illa balag mubin. This duty is only to preach the clear, into brackets, message. To preach the clear message. Message is in brackets. In the Arabic side, it's not there. We go to note 3030. 3030. 3030. His is only to preach the clear message. Yes, to preach the clear message. If you disobey God's commands as explained by his prophet, you are not going to be forced. La ikrahu fi dini. You are not going to be forced. The prophet's mission is to train your will and explain clearly all the implications of your conduct. Full stop. The responsibility for your conduct rests entirely on yourselves. That's 3030 to sign 54. We now go to sign 55 with one note, I think two notes. I think two notes. We now go to sign 55. وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات. God has promised وعد الله to those الذين آمنوا منكم, to those among you who believe and work righteous deeds, وعملوا الصالحات ليستخلفنهم في الأرض, that he will of surety grant them in the land inheritance. ليستخلفنهم في الأرض, inheritance في الأرض كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم. Inheritance into brackets of power. I didn't finish it. Inheritance of power as he granted to those before them. كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم, before them. من قبلهم ولا يمكن لهم دينهم الذين ارتدى لهم. As he granted to those before them, that he will establish in authority their religion, that he will establish in authority their religion. ليسمكننا ليمكننا لهم دينهم, to establish their religion, to establish their religion. Dash the one which he has chosen for them. Thus the one he has chosen for them. الذي الذي ارتدى لهم, one he has chosen for them. الذي ارتدى لهم. So irtada here is interpreted as chosen for them. وَلِيُبَدِّلَّهُمْ وَلِيُبَدِّلَّنُهُمْ وَلِيُبَدِّلَنَّهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ خَوْفِهِمْ أَمَانًا. No, not amanan. Ammanan. Bagda hawlahum ammanan. He has chosen for them. And that he will change, into brackets, their state. And that he will change their state. You badilannahum. He will change their state. In Bagdahum, their state. Their state is in brackets. And that without the brackets is reads. And that he will change after the fear in which they lived. After the fear in which they lived. Bagda Haufihim Amana, in which they lived. So one of security, to one of security and peace. Amanan. Aman. To one of security and peace. Amanan. Yabudunani la yashrikuna bi shay'an la yabudunani la yushrikuna bi shay'an la yashrikuna bi shay'an. Security. They will worship me alone, into brackets alone. They will worship me alone and not associate aught with me. La yashrukunani. La yashrukunani bi shay'an, and not associate aught with me. Shay'an. ومن كفر بعد ذلك فأولئك هم الفاسقون. ومن كفر بعد ذلك فأولئك هم الفاسقون. If any do reject faith after this بعد ذلك, they are rebellious and wicked. هم الفاسقون. They are rebellious and wicked. Note 3031 and 3032. 3031 and 3032. 3031 first. 3031 first. And it's against working righteous deeds, doing righteous deeds or working righteous deeds. 3031. Three things are promised here. Three things are promised here to those who have faith and obey God's law. One, that they will inherit power and authority in the land. comma, not for any selfish purpose of theirs, by nor by way of favoritism, but in order that they may maintain God's law. Then, two, that the religion of right, which God has chosen for them, will be openly established and will suppress all wrong oppression. Semicolon. Then three, semicolon. Then three, that the righteous will live in peace and security. Amanan will live in peace and security. Amanan. Instead of having to suffer persecution or leave their hearts and homes for the cause of God, or practice the rites of their faith in secret. Hofan, la Hofan, in secret. That's 3031. We go to 3032, and that's the next note to the sign 55. 3032. And it's against the word fear, or the sentence that ends with fear. 3032. If this verse were revealed about the time of Battle of Dish, into brackets, Handak, into brackets, Handak, uh, also called the Battle of the Confederates, Ahzab, into brackets, Ahzab, Battle of the Confederates, into brackets, Ahzab, Al-Ahzab, is a title of one of the surahs, Ahzab, AH 4 to 5. We can imagine the comfort it gave to the Muslims who were besieged in Medina by a force 10 times their number. Full stop. The Muslims then lived in a state of great suspense and danger, and under arms for days on end. Full stop. See chapter 33, signs 9 to 20. We're yet to get there. We are now at chapter 24. And see chapter 33, Psalm 9 to 20. Full stop. The security and authority they were promised came to them subsequently in abundant measures. That was note 30, 32, 3032 to sign 55. We're now going to sign 56. We're now going to sign 56. Wa akimu salawata wa atu zakawata wa atiu arasula la'allakum turhamun. So establish regular prayer, akimu salawata, and give zakat, and wa atu zakawata, and obey the Rasula, wa atiu arasula, and la'allakum tuflifun, that ye may have mercy. Turhamun, sorry, la'allakum turhamun, la'allakum turhamun, that ye may receive mercy. No note to that. And we go to the last sign, which has no note either. لا تحسبن الذين كفروا مجزين في الأرض. لا تحسبن الذين كفروا مجزين في الأرض. Never think thou that the unbelievers can escape in the earth. Murdina, mujizina fil ardi, escape from the earth, or escape in the earth. La tasbuna. Never think thou. Mm. Uh, ومأوانهم النار ومأ sorry ومأوانهم sorry ومأ ومأواهم النار ومأواهم النار. Their abode is the fire. مأواهم النار. Mm. وليس مس وليس المسيرون وليس المسيرون, and it is indeed an evil refuge. Mm. Sorry, it's not Lisa. Like Bisa. Mm. La Bisa. I'm sorry. I wasn't reading well. Wa la Bisa Masirun. Wa la Bisa Masirun. Wa la Bisa al Masirun. And it is indeed an evil refuge. Masirun. It is indeed an evil refuge. And that is sign 57, the last sign of section 7 of chapter 24 of the Holy Quran. We end here. When we come back next time, God willing, we shall go to section 8. And section 8 begins with sign 58. Thank you very much. Illa laka, bye bye, au revoir. May God be with you all.